Why do F1 cars spark? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to talk about why do F1 cars spark. Watch an F1 race, and you will work the fireworks-like show of sparks that spew from the cars. While it creates an attractive, visible display and no doubt provides to the drama of Formula 1, it can depart many viewers questioning why the automobiles spark and whether these sparks signal damage. F1 cars spark due to the fact of titanium skid blocks geared up onto a wooden plank beneath the vehicle. This was once brought via the FIA to stop groups going for walks with their automobiles too low to the ground. However, the impact of downforce pushes automobiles lower closer to the asphalt, and the friction with the titanium produces sparks. The supply of the F1 spark had advanced, seeing that the late 1980s when they first started to emerge as commonplace. In this article, we will discuss in higher elements why F1 cars spark, whether or not the sparks are risky to the automobile or the drivers, and the advantages of F1 cars being so low to the ground. Why do Formula 1 cars spark? F1 vehicles spark because the motors have skid plates below them with titanium inserts that sparkle when they contact the ground. These titanium blocks forestall the car's base from being damaged, while the plank they're connected to prevents motors from jogging with too low a journey height. The foundation of the F1 spark can be retraced to the late 1980s when Formula 1 groups honestly began capitalizing on the advantages of jogging an auto as low to the floor as viable on aerodynamics and downforce. Unfortunately, the extra weight brought to the auto from a full fuel tank resulted in automobiles being even decreased to the ground, inflicting the cars to scrape alongside the track, producing an array of sparks. Sparks rapidly became famous amongst F1 fans and famously lit up battles between Senna and Mansell in the early 1990s. However, fast ahead to the current F1, and sparks have considered a rejuvenation. Advancements in downforce science suggest automobiles are very shut to the asphalt, and the use of titanium skid blocks to restore a plank to the underside of the automobile's capability that sparks endured to light up F1. Do Formula 1 cars have wooden planks underneath? Formula 1 cars have timber planks below them, but the proper cloth the plank is made from may also be of something other than natural wood. The technical policies enable the groups to pick any fabric as lengthy as its bodily homes are in line with the rules, which means composites are frequently used instead. Following on from the tragic San Marino Grand Prix in 1994, in which each Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna had been killed, the FIA up to date their security standards and ordered a 10 mm timber plank to be geared up below every car to keep motors at a certain journey height. Should this plank be put on by way of over 1 mm through the race give up, the driver would be disqualified. Why is titanium used as skids on Formula 1 cars? Titanium is used on the skid plates of F1 cars to stop the flooring of the cars from being broken when the massive quantity of downforce pushes the auto into the ground. Titanium is a sturdy metallic and is favorable over others that put on down quicker and ought to keep existing risks on track. Metal skid blocks are equipped to the backside of cars to repair the plank and minimize the harm that would result from everyday racing at excessive speeds. The downforce generated through the automobile reasons these blocks to grind throughout the asphalt, producing sparks. As of a rule alternate in 2015, the skid blocks ought to now be made of titanium, as they have been lower back in the 90s. Why is it beneficial for a Formula 1 car to be close to the ground? It's advisable for a Formula 1 car to be shut to the ground, as the nearer they are to the ground, the less drag the vehicle has, and the more tremendous practical its floor consequences can be, mainly to more incredible speeds. Furthermore, the lower middle of gravity permits higher management and balance in the corners. Being low to the floor allows for more extraordinary environment-friendly downforce production. Downforce is what pushes the auto down onto the track. It works by the car developing a place of excessive stress above it and low stress under it, inflicting the automobile to be pushed, or sucked, to the ground. This offers the vehicle extra grip and traction, growing cornering speeds. Why do Formula 1 cars spark on the straights? F1 cars spark on the straights. The fact this is when they have the most accessible quantity of downforce due to their more incredible speeds than when they are in the corners. In this capacity, the vehicle is pushed down into the floor more than in the corners, central to the auto bottoming out more often. The straights are where F1 cars can attain their best possible speeds on the track. Essentially, the quicker the vehicle moves, the greater the downforce, and the greater the downforce, the decrease in the auto rides above the way. In this capacity, the car will produce large quantities of downforce, pushing the automobile similarly down into the track. The excessive downforce is sooner or later so effective that the automobile comes into contact with the asphalt, which leads to a lot of sparks. As a result, during cornering, the automobiles will be slower, lowering the quantity of downforce and barely elevating the cars. Sparks can show up when a driver goes over the curb due to its raised floor, though, so the automobiles will nonetheless, on occasion, spark in the corners. Are the sparks from F1 cars dangerous? However, the sight of sparks can show up even though the automobile is being broken, placing the driver in danger. It is, in truth, a signal that the auto is being blanketed through the titanium on its underside. The titanium used underneath the vehicles reduces injury to the car's wood plank and continues the journey top of the automobile at a minimal level. The sparks are additionally not hazardous for the drivers behind, as they fizzle out very quickly, which means they regularly don't come into contact with something different than the air at the back of the car. They can be distracting, though. Former F1 driver Nigel Mansell printed that he would seek out the bumpiest components of the tune and intentionally force over them, launching a spray of sparks into the automobile in the back of him to distract the driver. Sparks can additionally purpose moderate burn marks on vehicles' paintwork as nicely as drivers' helmets. However, this is no longer enough to warrant being a risk to drivers. Hope you guys like this video. Let us know in the comment below. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. See you in the next video.